Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Kalandra League 3.19. In this episode, I'm going to be telling you guys how I farm my Mageblood in 2 to 3 days in League of Kalandra League. I'm going to give you my early currency thoughts, methods, my Atlas tree, my final thoughts, tons of strats, all the Sextants, Scarabs, etc. How I farmed, what I did, clips, gameplay. I hope you guys enjoy the video. So for this strat, you need to have some stuff unlocked. Let's start it off there. The requirements like the progress, what do you need to do, how do you get to this? So I recommend 11 favorited maps. Unlocking favorited map slots is really important enough of doing like map completion, killing bosses, etc. The main reason for this is the map favorited slots then allows you to favorite a map and sustain it more, and map sustain is worse because you're not doing the lake. Okay, so then on top of this, I need you to take I need you to complete your atlas. So down here you need to complete all the maps. You do the maps and you get them unlocked, and then you also need to do your Voidstones. So this is Searing Exarch, Eater of Worlds, Maven, and then Uber Elder, and those Voidstones are also extra map sustain, and then upgrading all of the maps so you have a tier 16 Crimson Temple, and we're doing Crimson Temple in this. Yeah, Crimson Temple down here. So we're gonna be getting. Yeah, I favorited Crimson Temple 11 times. I don't have the 12th slot. You do the Feared. I just haven't done yet. I easily could. I have a Mageblood now, but you sustain with 11, and all the maps sustain on the tree, and the extra maps dropping higher with the Voidstones, and then having all the maps T16. This is what I've been doing. I also want to say that it's funny that completing a tier 1 map is the same reward as completing a T16. So, like, in the way of the Atlas points, you see these points? Like, all of the completion matters. Just get it done because each point is worth so much value on the tree. Every single map you run after that, think about the tree. So then I wanted to mention that this whole thing has been solo. I'm not running in a party, and I favorited Crimson Temple, and I've been running basically 2 types of maps. We have Crimson Temple only, but then there's 2 types of maps. There is, when you roll the maps, they can corrupt and go unidentified. Go unidentified, and then you can use the sextant for that. And then there's the one where you get 8 modifiers. It corrupts to 8 modifiers, and it gets really high pack size and really high quant. And so I've only been running those 2 in all of these excess maps. I'm probably gonna elk and go and do a different strategy with them. So I've been cherry picking god maps too to juice. So chisel up your map, elk your maps, reroll, reflect, fizz, or cannot regen. You don't want those. And sometimes you could even hit beyond. Ooh. And then with this, yeah, now when you Valum and they go unidentified, they don't roll the modifier, so you know that they're good because you checked them before. And so I have all these unidentified maps, which is really cool. And then you have 127 quant on that one and 41 pack size. Do you see what happened there? 30, 38, 43, 37. So you have 5 god maps. These are the trash. So this is my point. Reflect Fizz, you can run it later with some reflect immunity. Alright, so the normal strat would use these sextants. You would get the strong box in rage 500 quant, the extra strong box, the extra 2 strong box. You could also do the Maven version, so it has 16 uses, and this has 600 quant, and then you have 3 strong boxes instead of 2. And then you have this double shrine, resonating orgaloom, with the 16 uses. This is the Maven version. You can also go for the regular, and then to get the ritual, you force it through a sextant. Yeah. And then this gets ritual every time. You don't have to. And then technically, if you do an unidentified map, you need this sextant or the other one that's less uses. So 20% to 25%. 16 is the Maven one. And then you get big pack size on the unidentified maps. You gotta save the unidentifieds and do this with it. Highly recommend it. And then yeah, you use these juicy big pack size ones with these. And then I'll go over the Scarabs. I was running Gilded Ambush, Div, Polished Elder, Polished Reliquary. Now I need to mention I would run out of Gilded Div, and then I would just run Polished Div, and they were decent price, pretty good. If this went too high of a price, I could run Rusted. It's still 50% more. It's half of this. It's not bad. So if this is a really high value, then this is half of that value. Think about it. So then Gilded Ambush was just cheap. That's why I had it. You could do the other ones. It's just number of strongboxes. This was like 2C per strongbox or something, which was pretty good. And on the map device, I need to show this. So you'd grab one of your good maps, whatever. You get your thing. And then down here is Ambush map device. 4 additional strongboxes for 4C. This is 1C per strongbox. So when the Gilded Ambush was 10C, it's 2C per strongbox. It's not bad. And then the real cost was the Sextant. This one is 35C. So when you're then getting 12, 13 strong boxes a map, it makes it more worth using the Sextant. And the Quant did get me an Apothecary. You can see, I'll show you the clips and spoiler alert. So then I need to also mention, so you could use different of the ambushes, all the way from 3 to 5, maybe even 9. And then you also have Polished Elder. This could be rusted or gilded, it doesn't matter. I just chose polished. And then Reliquary. It doesn't have to be polished, could be gilded or could be rusted. And you could also take out the 4th Scarab. So you would use these 3. And then the 4th one, instead of using the Richual Sextant, where you force the ritual this way, if you use a vessel and these scarabs, so this is your 4th scarab, it actually adds the monsters to the map from the ritual. So the way you would get these is when you do a ritual with the sextant, you grab these empty ritual vessels, and it says just right click this on a ritual altar after you've completed it, and you can store the monsters. So you can see I've stored 84, and the bit you want more monsters at the ritual to get more points. So 125, 87, got the boss 80, 100. Yep, you could run 4 of these at the same time, and you can see they improve the favor rewards. Monsters are faster, more monsters. It's pretty good. And then this actually guarantees a ritual. It's the same as the Sextant. So it's a Scarab, basically, to force ritual. And I could force ritual a lot, or run all 4 of them. And then, yeah, this was the Scarabs. What the fuck? I'm rich as fuck, boys. I'm rich as fuck. Yeah! What the fuck? Holy shit, I got one! Oh shit! Holy shit, it exists! It exists! You can drop one still! Oh! Let's go! I don't. I just get stunned and I'm fucking sad. But at least I don't die to crits. What the fuck? What? What? Ritual's so good! Richual League! Richual League! Richual League! Oh, Lunaris! Oh, my divine orb, I'm rich! I told you it's Lunaris. I told you it's Lunaris. Flip it. Clip it. It's going to the top of fucking Reddit. Go. Double divine orb, I'm rich! You gotta run beyond. Oh my fucking god! That's the first time I've ever gotten that. I've never gotten that. Oh my god. There's technically like 3 trees, okay? So the first tree is pretty simple. You got to get all the maps to stand, get the shrine altar thingy, get the strong boxes, except for don't grab the duplicate maps and getting more map strong boxes. You don't really want it. But I have all the strong box extra packs because that's the quant on the packs on the strong box, right? And then took all the ritual, but now there's 2 phases of ritual. So if you don't force ritual, technically you can get this extra chance for ritual. So if you don't have the sextant or you don't have the ritual vessels, then extra 4%. Okay. The second thing is, and there's like 1% here and here. But yeah, the second thing is if you're doing ritual altars, you have this final ritual has a 10% chance to drop a blood-filled vessel. It's pretty good, and you can get it on the normal ritual. But if you start using the blood-filled vessel, these cannot drop anymore. You cannot fill a blood-filled vessel on a blood-filled vessel ritual. So the only way to fill blood-filled vessels is by getting a ritual through the sextant or randomly getting a ritual. So if you start forcing it through a blood-filled vessel, like I showed how you could grab this vessel, put it in as a scarab, you can't vessel the vessel. You can't store an empty, and like, yeah, it doesn't work. So that's where this is then a useless point because it can't happen and you save a point. This is my point, then you could save, yep, and you have an extra point here, 1 quant, and I don't have all of the points. I'm actually missing the invitations. I just haven't done it because it takes time to go witness all the invitations and fight all the bosses. And I was doing pretty good, and I should get the extra points. But then, yeah, we don't block Delhi. We have the ritual, and we have heist, and then you hope to get a ton of monsters, influence monsters, the shrines, the strong boxes opened on the rituals to get more monsters. And then where does most of the money come from? Honestly, the ritual was pretty good. The strong boxes have been printing. The strong box monsters have been printing altars. So doing this with the increased effect of upsides and having an additional downside and then having more altars and having the packs and all this stuff has been disgusting. Making so much off of the altars just by picking. Honestly, my favorite choice is the flat chance to get maps, map currency, divs, etc., scarabs, you know, all that stuff. The flat chance. So monsters have a chance to drop like 4%, 5%. And then I would go for the quantity or doubling of good stuff. That's it. Easy. Usually map bosses skip the searing. I mean the implicits. Yeah. Okay, that's the altar strat. And there's no strat obviously with shrines. Just pick shrines and you do good. You have the shrine sextant to get extra shrines to be buffed and tanky in your map. Strong boxes are printing. With all the strongbox stuff I showed you, getting like 12 to 15 strongboxes, and then setting up your rituals. And oh, a quick thing on ritual. I'll probably do a whole ritual guide, but for people who need to know how ritual works. So I told you you get the ritual through a sextant, or you could just randomly get ritual, or you could get it through the vessel. I probably recommend just getting it through the sextant and just doing normal ritual, and you don't even have to mess with the vessels. You can just do normal ritual. It's honestly really good. The second thing is the deferring. So the very basic way to think of it is you get a page and you get to roll it 3 times and it costs 1,400 per. You get to reroll 2 times, so 3 times total. You reduce the cost of rerolling and you get crazy rewards. Okay, so you want, and you get 4 altars. You want to roll 3 times because you want to see 3 pages of loot to try to hit it big. This is rolling for some crazy T1 item like a mirror or T1 unique, like, yeah, Mageblood, etc. Okay, so then the second thing is you can sometimes take except less good stuff. So if you see something that just has a good value like 6 chaos per 1,000 tribute, then you can take it. But my idea is on the first 2 pages, you don't buy. You just defer. Deferring is basically paying a small portion instead of all of it, so you still have all of your points, and you can roll, and then you can get to the 3rd page, see all the pages, and you'll have the points to defer if you find something that's really high value, that costs a lot of the ritual points. If you don't, if you just spend all your points on the first page, then you can't roll 3 times. You've wasted your Atlas passive, and you really want to roll and check extra pages for the big loot. It's like 3 times as many rituals by re-rolling, and then you need the points to be able to afford if something comes. And deferring just means that you could buy it later. It actually like is locking it in. It's a safe good thing. You do spend more, but don't even worry about it. Just think about once it's deferred, it's safe. Defer it, unless you can afford to buy it and continue to roll pages, or it's the last page. You know what I mean? Deferring is a good thing. Okay, except for the part that you pay slightly more. Nice. So yeah, final thing, map mods to skip. I mentioned reroll, reflect, regen, and then like obviously there's other terrible mods and stuff that you should be careful of, but overall this strat was really fun. It was really rewarding. I dropped 2 apothecaries, gambled an apothecary to a 3rd one, bought the other 2, dropped a squire, sold it for 31 divs, got an Aegis in a ritual that I didn't have a clip for, but trust me, it happened. Ritual gave me a tier 1 unique Aegis as well, my first Aegis ever. 16 divs, that was pretty good. So just in those 2 drops was 47. And then it dropped an apothecary in the loot explosion too, and I've seen a fuck ton of uniques from the loot explosion. It's pretty crazy. A lot of monsters in my rituals. I've been doing a lot of ritual, and then we also, yeah, the 2 apothecaries and the I've seen 7 years bad lucks, like 14 the enlightens, 2 the dragon's heart. What other card is there on that map? I think that's it. And then it's been a pretty fun experience. That map is so fun. I love that map. Definitely recommend rolling the really juicy maps, having the higher quant and pack size, running the unID'd with the extra sextant, unlocking your Atlas passives, having your favorited map slots. The Sextants is really good. The map device mod for extra strong boxes, getting 12 to 13 strong boxes every single map. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the farming strat. I'm about to hit 97. Farming's been pretty good. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. The main like build update for you, if you were curious, as a final like goodbye, is the thing that made me start leveling. So even the Mageblood wasn't keeping me alive. It was this. I put an Inspire Learning, and all I had to do was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a jewel socket and 5 points to be able to steal rare mods that I get when I need them. So the 20 seconds, a lot of people would think bad, obviously, or only getting 1 mod is bad. We could run 2 Inspire Learnings. The second thing is It's actually good, because the time that you need the buffs is when you get the buffs, except for like obviously you'd want the buff before you're killing the rare, or at the time perfectly, like, but when there's a lot of rares, this helps you kill the other rares, and it snowballs really quickly. And if there's a lot of rares, then yeah, it's really fun, really worth it. How much was an Inspire Learning? 5 Divine Orbs. So basically, I had gotten the Replica Headhunter for 9 Divine Orbs, right? And then it went to 30. This I got for 5, so it's cheaper, and honestly it's more powerful because it's rare mods, which is all of the mods, or most of them. There's a couple that I don't think you can get, actually, because they actually look so weird. If they worked, I don't think they work. It would be way too weird. But then the it's not like the replica where you only get like 12 mods. The 12 mods were all tanky and defensive, except for maybe Deadeye, where this rare thing, you get like all the haste and the pride and the, oh my god, it's crazy. You're getting like cannot be stunned and consecrated crown and explosions, and it's crazy, dude. It's pretty crazy. Survivability out the wazoo. Inspire Learning is really good. Highly recommend trying, and it's not that expensive. And it's like one of the biggest upgrades I could make, honestly. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you made it to this part in the video, hey, hit that like button. If you guys are new to the channel, new to me, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!